Welcome back to our channel Respect Education. Okay, now we see worksheet number 4 in physics. This worksheet belongs to the chapter light, in which refraction. Now let us see in this first Roman multiple choice questions, or we can say MCQs. Now, in which question number 1, when a ray of light passed from one medium to another, that means here it has two different media, then there are some options. Frequency remains same, velocity remains same, intensity of the light remains same, wavelength is constant. Here when it happens, velocity remains same, it is wrong because velocity will be changed from medium to medium. Intensity also will be changed, wavelength also will be changed. Which remains same? Only frequency remains same. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 2. The color of light is determined by its velocity is wrong, frequency is correct, amplitude wrong, intensity is wrong. Velocity, the color of the light is determined by its frequency. So here option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 3. A plain glass slab is kept over various colored letters. The letter which appears least raised. So it depends on the lateral shift. Whose lateral shift is least, that color will be appeared least. So here let us see blue, violet, green and red. Red, okay, the lateral shift of the red is the least, that's why it will be appeared least. So it appears least raised is option D, red color. Now let us see question number 4. Lateral shift is more for, see according to Webster. So here red has the least lateral shift, means the starting and violet will be having more. So here option 4, for the question number 4, option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 5. Lateral shift depends on thickness of the glass slab, it is true. Angle of incidence, this is also true. Wavelength of light, this is also true. Refractive index of the glass slab and the surrounding medium, yes, absolutely. Lateral shift depends on all these things. So here option D, all the above is the right answer for the question 5th one. Now we see question number 6. Snell's law is true for angles. Actually Snell's law is sin I by sin theta is constant. That is true when the angle of incidence is between 0 to 90. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see next question, that is question number 7. When a ray of light enters a glass slab, then its frequency and velocity change. Actually here velocity will change but not frequency. So this option is wrong. Only frequency changes. Here let us see what happens. Here frequency will not be changed, velocity will be changed. As I told you, frequency won't be changed. So here this is also wrong because it is given that frequency changes. This is wrong. Its frequency and wavelength change, frequency will not be changed at all. So this is also wrong. Its frequency does not change. So option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 8. A light ray enters from a medium A to medium B in the shown in the figure. The refractive index of B, medium B, relative to A will be. So here for finding the refractive index, here the required thing is that here refractive index of medium B relative to medium A, that is refractive index is equal to speed of light in A, medium A, speed of light in medium A, in simple handwriting in A, divided by speed of light in B, speed of light in medium B. Here let us see, if you observe the given figure, here the ray, incident ray. So incident ray, actually it should go straight like this, but it is bending towards the normal. This is normal. That means when incident ray after getting refraction, when it bends towards the normal, then here medium B will be the denser medium. Medium B is denser, whereas medium A is rarer, right? Now when we compare speed of light in rarer and denser, speed of light in rarer will be the more, that is speed of light in A will be the more. When we compare it, speed of light in B will be less. When in a fraction, if both are equal, then its value will be 1. Here if it is less by more, it is less than 1, but here we get more by less. So this is greater than 1. 1 is nothing but unity. So this value, refractive index of medium B relative to A, is always greater than 1. 1 means unity. So option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 9. The path of a ray of light coming from air passing through a rectangular glass slab traced by your students are shown as A, B, C and D. These are the given figures. In figure, which one of them is correct? So in this, which is correct? Let us see now here. As it is air to glass slab, so air acts as rarer medium, so it is rarer, and here glass acts as denser, so this is denser. Again glass to air, again here rarer. Now here when the light travels from one medium to other, rarer to denser, it should bend. Okay, here it is showing little bit bending, but when you observe here denser to rarer also it should bend. It should move away from the normal, but here it maintains the straight line. So here A is the not correct figure. When we observe B here, see rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal. Denser to rarer, it moves away from the normal. So this figure B is correct. When it moves from rarer to denser, there should be bending, but here there is no bending at all. At the same time, denser to rarer also light should bend. Here the light gets bending, but here there is no bending. In that case, C gets wrong. Let us see option D here. When it is moving from rarer to denser, there should be bending, but here it is straight line. So here this is also wrong. Finally, when it moves rarer to denser, it should move towards the normal. Here towards the normal. When it moves, the ray should move away from the normal. Here away from the normal. So it happens only in case B. So figure B is the correct figure. So option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 10. In an experiment to trace the path of a ray of light through a glass slab, as an angle of incidence increased, the angle of refraction will be decreased here. Here these two are opposite to each other. When the angle of incidence is increased, then automatically angle of refraction will be decreased. So here from the options you see, option B is the right answer. Here the reason is that it is also moving from rarer to denser, so it bends towards the normal. When it bends towards the normal, then definitely this angle will be lesser than this angle. So I will be more, R will be less. I means angle of incidence increased, automatically angle of refraction R will be decreased. Now we see question number 11. Figure shows a ray of light as it travels from medium A to medium B. See, here is medium A, it is traveled from medium A to medium B. Now the question is that refractive index of the medium B relative to medium A. So here refractive index N is, if the question is from medium B related to medium A, so here sine of the angle made by the incident ray in medium A divided by here the refracted ray in medium B. So here I can write this as sin theta 1 by sin theta 2. It is nothing but sin I by sin R. So here let us substitute the values. Here I is 60 degrees. This is I. This is R. So here sin I means sin 60, that is root 3 by 2 divided by sin R means sin 45. Sin 45 1 by root 2. Let us simplify here. Write the numerator as it is, root 3 by 2 into, this will be reciprocal. It is root 3 by 1. Sorry, root 2 by 1. So let us write 2 as root 2 into root 2. Into here root 2 by 1 as it is. Now here the root 2 numerator, denominator root 2 they get cancelled. Root 3 into 1 is root 3 by here root 2 into 1 is root 2. Here 1 will be there when they get cancelled. Now root 3 by root 2. So option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 12. Beams of light are incident through the holes A and B and they emerge out of the box through the holes C and D respectively, as shown in the figure. Which of the following could be inside the box? See, as the rays are entering from A, they get bent and coming out from B. Here the rays entering from B, they get bent and they are coming out from D. Definitely here there should be a rectangular glass slab. So here option A is the right answer. Why? Because here if there is a rectangular glass slab, right, in this position, now the rays which fall on A, they get bending and here they pass through C, and again they pass through the slab and they will come out through C. That means here it is rarer medium, here glass is the denser medium. They move towards the normal. So here the incident ray, when it changes to refracted ray, it moves towards it bends towards the normal. So here this bending property is called the refraction. So here the inside object should be rectangular glass slab. Now we see the same case happens with B also. Okay, when it falls here, so it bends towards the normal and it emerges out from D. Same here also, it bends towards the normal, it will be emerged through D. Now let us see question number 13. Here it is given as: a student traces the path of a ray of light passing through a rectangular glass slab. For measuring the angle of incidence, he must position the protractor, that is D, protract in the shape of D, in the manner shown in the figure. Here he needs to find the angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is nothing but the angle between the incident ray to the normal. This is incident ray, this is normal. So he should measure this angle, where if he keeps the protractor here, he can't measure it. So this is the wrong position. Here this is the normal and this is the incident ray. So here this is called angle of incidence. For measuring it, he kept the protractor here. So this is true. Now suppose here he needs to measure this angle, whereas here he is keeping the opposite side. This is also false. Whereas here he needs to measure this, but he is keeping the protractor from this point. Again what he should do? He should find the glancing angle. It should be subtracted from the 90 degrees. It will be time taken. So this is also not correct way when B, we have the choice as B. If suppose if B, choice of B is not there, then okay, D can be accepted under the condition that here the angle of, to get the angle of incidence, we should find the angle of glancing angle should be subtracted from the 90 degrees. So this will be second option. So option B is the right answer for the question. Option B, second one. Now let us see question number 14. That is, for tracing the path of a ray of light through a rectangular glass slab, the best choice for the values of angle of incidence means angle I and the distance between the feet of the two pins is. Actually here, to get the exact path, to trace the exact path, here angle I should be in between, 30 degrees to 60 degrees. You can trace the path exactly. And that too, in this case, the feet of the two pins should be larger. Here you see 30 and 60, here 2 centimeter, 30 and 60, 8 centimeter. So answer is there in between these two, because here these values are not in between 30 and 60. So let us cancel C and D. Now let us come back to A and B. In these two, one of them will be finalized. Now here you see the distance should be larger. In 2 centimeter and 8 centimeter, 8 centimeter is the larger. So option B is the right answer for this question. Now we see question number 15. Here, while performing the experiment on tracing path of a ray of light passing through the glass slab, as shown in the given diagram, 4 students interpreted the results as given below. Here you see this is air, so it is rarer medium, right? Here it is given that this is the glass slab, so it is a denser medium. Again here coming out from denser to again here air, so rarer medium. Here let us understand that when light ray enters from denser to rarer, it bends towards the normal. So here this angle will be less. So here theta 1 is greater than theta 2, or we can say theta 2 is lesser than theta 1. Both are same. And here excuse me, when it comes from denser to rarer, it moves away from the normal. So in this condition, theta 2 is less than theta 3, right? Now here you see this is normal perpendicular to the glass slab, surface of the glass slab, here this is normal. So when these two are perpendicular lines, they will be definitely perpendicular to same line. That's why then they will be parallel. Here we can say normal 1, n1, this is normal 2, n2. Here clearly n1 and n2 are parallel to each other, therefore theta 2 equal to theta 2, because these two are called interior alternate angles, theta 2 equal to theta 2. Let us see here conclusion what is given. Theta 2 greater than theta 3, theta 2 greater than theta 3. Here we get theta 2 less than greater than theta 3. Here it is given greater than. So this is false. Now let us see B bit, that is theta 1 equal to theta 3. Theta 1 equal to theta 3. Let us check here. Theta 1 is greater than theta 2, theta 2 equal, and here this is theta 3. Let us here compare the answers here. Angle of, this is angle of incidence and this is angle of emergent. So definitely they are equal. So this is true. Next, here theta 1 is greater than theta 2. See here we get. So this is also true. So option D, both B and C. So option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 16. A ray of light is traveling in a direction perpendicular to the boundary of a parallel glass slab. The ray of light. Here for example this is the glass slab, and if any ray, it is perpendicular to the parallel edge of the glass slab. That means here you can understand that the ray, it is following the path of the normal. That means here incident ray and the normal ray, they coincide each other. There is no incident ray at all. So here when it follows the path of the normal, it won't get any kind of refraction. So it will be like straight. So see the options now. Refracted towards the normal? No. Refracted away from the normal? No. Refracted, reflected along the same path? No. Does not get refracted. So option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 17. A ray of light passes from a medium X to another medium Y. No refraction of light occurs if the ray of light hits the boundary of a medium Y, at an angle of, here the same question, of course both are the same. Here the angle, how much the angle is to be? Here the angle should be 90 degrees, because here the ray should be perpendicular. So here angle is 90 degrees. Option B is the right answer. Now let us see question number 18. That is, you are given water, mustard oil, glycerin and a kerosene. In which of these media a ray of light incident obliquely at same angle would bend the most? Suppose that these are the given items. Here the same light is incidented, it maintains the same angle, but where it will get mostly bended, means it will get most bending. Here most bending occurs if the substance has the most refractive index. So here let us see, kerosene whose refractive index is 1.39, water refractive index is 1.33, mustard oil, refractive index of mustard oil is 1.46, whereas refractive index of glycerin is 1.47. Here by comparing we can easily understand that the refractive index of the glycerin is the most among these. Therefore here the incident ray, it bends towards the normal most. So here option D is the glycerin. Option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 19. Here, which of the following is true from the adjacent diagram? So here, observe here, there are two media, but the thing is that it does not maintain any kind of bending. So there is no refraction at all. Here whenever there is no refraction, the meaning is that both the media have the same refractive index. We can say the refractive index of both the media are the same. So here n1 equal to n2. Under only this condition, it won't get any kind of bending, means refraction here doesn't take place. Now we see question number 20. A student traces the path of a ray of light passing through a rectangular glass slab for 3 different values of angle of incidence anguli, namely 30 degrees, 45 degrees and 60 degrees. He extends the direction of incident ray by a dotted line and measures the perpendicular distance, it is denoted by capital I, between the extended incident ray and the emergent ray. So here let us see which is the right option here. There is a student, he has taken a rectangular glass slab. Now here this is the normal and here this is the normal. In the first condition, he maintains the angle of incidence as 30 degrees. So here this angle is 30 degrees. It will be bending towards the normal, and here this is the angle of emergence. Now when we extend this, so the distance between these two is denoted by capital I, right? So here when he maintains 30 degrees, the distance will be less. When he maintains 45 degrees, the distance will be more. This is by 30 degrees and this is by 45 degrees. And when he maintains at 60 degrees, this will be still more. That means here what you need to understand is that I means the distance between the extended incident ray and the emergent ray, it keeps on increasing with the increase in the angle of incidence. When we increase the angle of incidence, this distance also will be keeps on increasing. So this is true, and remaining options you can read them. I keeps on decreasing, this is false. I remains the same for all the 3 angles, this is also false. I is maximum for I equal to 30 and I equal to 60. So remaining 3 are the wrong options. So option A is the right observation. Next we see question number 21. That is, an object which has higher refractive index. See, which has higher refractive index is nothing but optically denser. Only denser object only will be having more refractive index. So here optically denser is option B. So here option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 22. When light ray is traveling from rarer to denser, then the relation of I and R. When is light ray is traveling from rarer to denser, so here we can take this is the air is rarer, whereas here I am taking glass slab, so here glass is the denser. Now let us consider this as the normal, then this is the incident ray. It will bend towards the normal, it will bend towards the normal. This incident ray will bend towards the normal. So here in this case I is more, whereas angle of refraction R is less. So I greater than R, option C is the right answer. Now let us see question number 23. That is, when light ray travel from denser to rarer. So here denser to rarer means, for example, this is the glass slab and here it enters from glass to air. Air means it will be, this is the normal you take, it will bend away from the normal. So here this R, here if you take this as I and here R, so R is greater than I, angle R is greater than angle I. It is just the opposite question of the previous one. So here question number 23, option C is the right answer, that is given angle R is greater than angle I. Now we see question number 24. The deviation of light ray passing through glass slab is always. Here for example let us consider this as a glass slab And here according to the question, a light ray passing through the glass slab means the ray is following the path of the normal. So in this case angle I is equal to 0. And here one more thing is that when it follows the normal, definitely the refracted ray will be automatically either coincide or parallel to the incident ray. So in that condition there is no angle. That is the reason there is no refraction. That's why the deviation also will be 0 here. So the deviation of the light ray passing through glass slab is always 0 degrees. So here option D is the right answer. In fact, deviation is nothing but the angle between the incident angle to the refracted angle. As here both of them coincide the same, so there is no angle between them, there is no deviation at all. So now we see question number 25. The distance between the incident ray and the emergent ray in a glass slab is called, it is in a glass slab is called. So here let us consider a glass slab. Now here this is the normal, here there is an incident ray, it bends towards the normal, and here this is the normal from this point of incidence. So here it will be moving away from the normal. Now when we extend this, means produced incident ray and the emergent ray both are parallel to each other, and here the distance between these two is called lateral shift. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 26. The difference between real position and apparent position of an object in a glass slab is dash. Actually, when we see the object without glass slab, they are seen as it is. When we keep the glass slab on any object, okay, it appears to be raised up, raising up in the sense that is called vertical shift. Then in that condition the difference between the actual position and the apparent position, that is vertical shift. So also option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 27. When light ray travels denser to rarer, making angle R equal to 90 degrees, then the angle of incidence is called. Here when the ray is traveling from denser to rarer, when exactly the angle of refraction is 90 degrees, then this angle of incidence is called critical angle. If it exceeds it, you will get the total internal reflection. So this is called, at present according to this question, this angle I is called critical angle. So option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 28. An electric pole observed through flame of holy fire appears to be fluctuating is because of, there are 4 options are given. Continuous change in direction of light from hot air to cold air, and vice versa, means continuous change in the direction of light from cold air to hot air also. So as you are getting, there is a change in the direction of the light, and that a continuous change, it happens. So option A is the right answer. Here let us see option B also. Electricity pole bends due to temperature. No, electricity pole doesn't bend due to temperature. Okay, it never happens. And the reason is that is due to illusion created by the flame. No, this is also false. This is not relevant with the refraction. This is relevant with the refraction only, and option A is the right answer for it. Now we see question number 29. A cut diamond sparkles because of its hardness, its high refractive index and a small value of critical angle. Its high refractive index and a high value of critical angle. Its a very low refractive index. See, diamond has sparkles. It gives sparkles because whose refractive index is high, critical angle is small. So option B is the right answer. Now let us see question number 30. That is, which is wrongly marked in the adjacent diagram? So here is a given diagram. In that we are asked to find which is wrongly marked. See here, angle of incidence between the normal to the incident ray. So I is correct. And here this is the angle of refraction, that is the angle between the normal to the refracted ray. This is also correct. And here it is R dash, the same, that is also correct. And here emergent angle is the angle between the normal to the emergent ray. So here should angle E should come, but not here. Angle E is given here, so that E should be taken here. So the position of E, that is option D, is the wrong answer. Means according to the question which is wrong, means this is the suitable answer. Now here question number 31. Which of the following phenomena proves that light is a transverse wave? First one is reflection. Reflection is the property of bouncing back the reflected ray into the same medium. Okay, so it is not that it doesn't give any data that light is a transverse wave. So this is not the right option. And interference. When two light waves from different coherent sources meet together, then the distribution of energy due to one wave is distributed by the other. In other words, we can say this modification in this distribution of the light energy is due to superposition of the two light waves, that is called interference. So it doesn't mean that it won't give any data regarding the transverse wave. So this is also incorrect. And let us see third option, that is polarization. Polarization means a light wave that is vibrating in more than one plane, that is referred to as unpolarized light. Polarized light waves are light waves in which the vibrations occur in a single plane. The process of transforming unpolarized light into the polarized light is known as polarization. See here, actually there are certain waves which are unpolarized light waves. They are to be transformed. So by using transverse waves, that is to be polarized. So here option C is the suitable answer for this. If we see diffraction, diffraction is just the spreading of waves around the obstacles. So here option C is the right answer. Now we see question number 32. That is, an object in a denser medium when viewed from rarer medium appears to be raised. This is due to, because of, this shift is maximum for. Let us see here, object is in denser medium. It is viewed from rarer medium. It appears to be raised. The shift is maximum means here this is called vertical shift. Vertical shift will be maximum for whose refractive index is less. Now if you compare all the colors according to Webjar, for the red light this refractive index is more, whereas for the violet light is very less. So we can say this is the least. Now the least one will be having more shift, either it is vertical shift or lateral shift. So here the maximum is for violet color. So violet light, option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 33. The effect of glass prism is only to separate 7 colors of white light. Yes. Light from bulb. Yes. Sunlight. Yes. See, all these kinds of lights can be separated into 7 colors by using a glass prism. So all the above, option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 34. In 7 colors of white light, which color has the maximum wavelength? Maximum wavelength will be having by red color, whereas violet color is having minimum wavelength, and these two are green and blue, they are in between these two. So here for 34th question, option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 35. Consider these indices of refraction: glass 1.52, air 1.0003, water 1.333. Based on the refractive indices of the three materials, arrange the speed of the light through them in decreasing order. See, always speed of the light is reciprocal of the refractive index. Okay, so better if we arrange it in increasing order, so that the speed will be coming in decreasing order, right? So let us arrange them in increasing order. You see, 1.0003 is the least one, so air comes first, and then 1.33 water comes, and then 1.52 glass. So here air, water, glass, this is the ascending order. The same descending order of these substances will be the answer. So 1, 2, 3. Now same arrangement, descending order. Now let us see here. So let us arrange them in the descending order. So here air is less than water, less than glass according to the refractive indices. The same time here speed of the air is greater than water, it is greater than glass. So air, water, glass is the order. Let us see here air, water and glass. So option C is the right answer for this question. Now we see question number 36. If a beam of light and a beam of violet light are incident at the same angle on the inclined surface of a prism from air medium and produce angles of refraction R and V respectively, which of the following is correct? See here, let us consider a prism, and here the question is that red color and violet color both, okay, both maintain the same angle. So for example here we can take, if it as this is the normal, so same incident angle. Here if you observe, violet will be bending, red will be bending with less angle, whereas the violet will be coming with more angle. If you observe carefully, the angle between the red refracted ray to the normal is less. So here R is given, its reference given R, angle of refraction is given as R. So R is less than, whereas violet will make more angle with the normal. So here R is less than V. Let us see here option. Option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 37. Now we see question number 37. In the below diagram, light is traveling through different media. It is noted by a scientist that angle 1 means this angle equal to angle 3 here. See its incident angle, in this medium its emergent angle. And here angle 3 is equal to angle 4. But angle 2 is less than angle 1. Which of the following statement would be correct? So here let us see these given statements. Here if you observe, see the ray coming from 1, here it is more angle, it is the less angle, it is given here. Angle 2 is less than 1, means angle 1 is more than angle 1, angle 2. That means here you can understand that this is a denser medium, this is rarer medium, this is a denser medium. Why? Because in that case only angle R will be less than angle I. So that is right. And here since angle 1 equal to angle 3, here also same. So this angle 3 is equal to angle 4. That means here you can understand that almost these two mediums are the same, because angle 3, here also angle 3 will come, because these two are the parallel lines, therefore these two interior alternate angles, and angle 3, angle 4 same, means same medium it is. Okay, so if you consider first one as rarer, second will be denser, and third one also will be rarer, fourth one also will be rarer. Here there is no bending at all. Now let us see the options. Medium 1 is the denser medium, then medium 3. No, medium 1 is rarer medium, so this is the wrong option. Medium 2 is the rarer medium, that is also false. Medium 3 is the denser medium, that is also false. Medium 1 and 3 are essentially the same medium, means like rarer, but medium 2 is denser, yes, that is correct. Then 1 and 3, right. So here option D is the right answer for this question. So for the 37th one, option D is the right answer. Now we see question number 38. Statement A says that when the incident ray strikes normally at the point of incidence, it does not deviate from its path. This is true, because there is no angle of incidence. So it is going normally, it will come back to the same path, right? Now statement B says that if the refractive indices of two media are equal, then the ray does not deviate from its path. This is also true. When the refractive indices are equal, then definitely the ray does not deviate, because its speed in the first medium as well as the second medium, both are the same. Okay, now here let us see option A. Both A and B are true. So option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 39. There are two groups, group A and group B. When a light ray traveling from medium 1 to medium 2, then match the following. If n1 is less than n2, means refractive index of the first medium is less than the refractive index of the second medium. As we know, when the refractive indices are in the ascending order, then velocity will be in descending order. So whose refractive index is less, through which light will pass through with more velocity. Whose refractive index is more, where light will pass with lesser velocity. That means here you see refractive index are in ascending order, so velocity will be in descending order. So velocity of the light ray decreases in the first case. So here for first one, R is the right option. Now we see second bit. N1 is greater than N2, so it is in descending order, decreasing order. So velocity will be increased. So here velocity of the ray increases. So here option yes. N1 equal to N2, both have the same refractive indices, velocity of the light remains constant. So this is B. N12 means N1 by N2 is equal to V2 by V1, because here you see refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium, that is the ratio of the N1 by N2, whereas these two are the reciprocals of them. So this is actually 1 by V1 by 1 by V2. When it is reciprocal, it will become V2 by V1. So here option Q is the right answer. Now we see Roman number 2. Those are assertion and reason type questions. Now we see first one. Here let us read the given condition first. In each of the following questions, a statement of assertion A is given, followed by a corresponding statement of reason R just below it. Of the statement, mark the correct answer. Here we need to write A if both A and R are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. Which we need to give option B. Both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. We need to give the option C. If A is correct, R is incorrect. Option D will be the right option if A is incorrect excuse me, and R is correct. Let us see question number 40. Assertion is given as speed of light in diamond is less. This is true. Speed of light in diamond is true because its refractive index is more. Let us see the reason. Refractive index of the diamond is more. So this is also true, and this is the correct explanation of this. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 41. When a light ray is incident on glass slab, the incident ray and the emergent ray are parallel. Yes, this is true. This is the correct statement. The refractive surfaces are parallel in glass slab. Yes, refractive surfaces, if they are parallel, then only we will get the incident ray and emergent ray also parallel. So this is also true, and this is the correct explanation for the assertion. So here option A, right? So here the meaning of the reason is, here if you take the glass slab, these are the reflecting surfaces, this one and this one. Since these two are parallel, here the incident ray after bending it moves like this, so that it will also, these two also will be parallel. This is emergent ray and this is the incident ray, produced incident ray. So these two are to be parallel, that is also true because of these two are parallel. So these two statements are means correlated. R is the correct explanation for A. That's why option A is true. Now let us see question number 42. Ratio of velocity of red color to the velocity of the violet color of light in vacuum is 1, because in vacuum they both have same velocity. So this is true. Let us see the reason. Velocity of any color of light in vacuum is same. This is also true, because here velocity of any color of light in vacuum is same. It may be red, violet, whatever color it is. So because of both the velocities are same, the ratio also will be equal, right? So here let us write, you can write the option A as the right answer, because R is the correct explanation for the assertion A. Now let us see question number 43. Refractive index explains the optical density of a given medium. This is true. Refractive index has no units. This is also true. But whereas R is not the correct explanation for A. Both are true, but R is not correct explanation for A. So here option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 44. That is, assertion is given as, when light travels from one medium to another, frequency does not change. Yes, absolutely, frequency does not change. That is true. Frequency depends on source of light. Yes, this is true. That is the reason it doesn't depend. Okay, it won't change when the light travels from one medium to another medium. So here R is the correct explanation for A. Of course, both are true too. So here for 44 option A is the right answer. Let us see 45. An empty test tube dipped into water in a beaker appears silver when viewed from a suitable direction. So this is a true statement. This is correct. Due to refraction of light, the substance in water appears silvery. Here you observe, it happens due to refraction of light. The reason to be appears silver is nothing but due to refraction of light. So here due to refraction of light, the substance in water appears silvery. So here we need to understand the thing is that it happened due to refraction, but the thing is that due to refraction, whatever substance is there in water, it won't appear silvery. Is it clear? So here in this situation this is suitable, but in general this is not suitable. That you should keep in mind. So of course for this incident, this is the right absolute reason. So here option A can be given because both are true and R is supporting A. Now we see question number 46. Assertion A is given as, there is no dispersion when light refracted through a rectangular glass slab. Yes, it is true, because when the light enters through glass slab, there will be no dispersion. So this is, the statement is true. Next, dispersion of light is the phenomenon of splitting of a beam into white light into its constituent colors. In fact, it has 7 colors. So this is the exact definition of dispersion. So this is also true. Both are true, but this is not the reason to not to get dispersion through a rectangular glass slab. So this is not the corresponding means exact reason for this. So here option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 47. Assertion is given as, refractive index of glass is greater than refractive index of water. This is true, because refractive index of glass is 1.5, whereas for water is 1.33. 1.5 is greater than 1.3. So this is true. For a given light, denser is the medium, lesser will be the speed. So this is also true. If the medium is the denser, then speed of the light will be lesser. So in fact here glass is denser and water is rarer when we compare these two. As the refractive index is more, the speed will be less. So R is also true and R is the correct explanation of A. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see Roman number 3, paragraph based questions. In that passage 1 is given as, the diagram below shows two parallel rays A and B. Those are red and violet light respectively, incident from air on air glass boundary. See, this is air, this is glass, this is boundary, that is air glass boundary, air glass boundary. Complete the diagram showing the refracted rays for them in the glass. So here it will be moving with less bending, whereas here this will be moving with more bending, Clear? Now here why it is bending less? The meaning is that speed of the red light is more. When speed is more, refractive index will be less. Here for violet speed is less, so refractive index will be more. Now here let us come to the question number 48. What is the relation of the speed of the colors in air? As we know, speed of the red is always greater than speed of violet. So option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 49. What is the relation of speed of light, speed of colors in glass? Actually here, as they have the speed, different speed, that too red is having more speed than the violet. Here in the glass also, both the speeds will be reduced, but in this case also, the speed of the red, whatever speed it has, that is more than the violet only. So here option A is the right answer for the question 49. Now we see question number 50. That is, the refractive index of glass is maximum for whose speed is less, it will be having more refractive index. Here whose speed is less, violet speed is less. So violet will be having maximum refractive index. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 51. That is, after refraction both the rays are parallel, not parallel, perpendicular, none. It depends on the nature of the glass. Actually, more percentage here, both the rays, they will be emerged out with different speeds. So we cannot expect that they are parallel. So here for this question, they are not parallel. Now we see passage 2. That is, the bending of light as it passes from one transparent medium into another is called refraction. This is the definition of refraction. Place a pencil in an inclined position in a glass trough and fill 3/4 of the trough with water. So here let us give a pencil and fill the trough with water, at least 3/4. Now let us see, there are certain questions based on this. Let us try to answer them. Question number 52, state true or false. The position of the portion of the pencil under water has changed or not. Actually, this is the actual position, but it appears as it gets bent. So its appear position will be here. It appears to be raised. So here the position of the portion of the pencil under water has changed. That is true. So option A is the right answer. What shall be the reason for the change in the position of the pencil under water? This is already given in the passage also. This is due to refraction. So let us see the options here. Due to reflection is wrong. Due to refraction is correct answer. So this is option B. Now, does the ray of light coming after reflection from the pencil undergo deviation? See here, which is coming out. Does it get deviation? Definitely yes. So option A, yes, is the right answer. Now we see question number 55. That is, what is the reason for the ray of light coming after refraction from the pencil undergo deviation? So here let us understand that. Let us see here why it is getting refraction. Okay, from the bottom of the pencil, when it comes out, why it is getting refraction. Let us see the reason here. When light here, the light is traveling from water to air. It is changing the medium from water to air. That is the reason here it gets refracted. So here let us see. When light travels from water to air, it deviates. So here option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 56. Is there any change likely to occur if kerosene is used instead of water? Definitely. Water refractive index is 1.33, whereas refractive index of kerosene is 1.39. That means here the refractive index of the kerosene is more than the refractive index of the water. Definitely, when the refractive index is more, then refraction will be more, means bending property will be increased. Therefore, pencil appears to be bent more. So here option C is the right answer. Now let us see passage 3. Fill 3/4 of a transparent vessel with water as shown in the above figure. See, this is the given figure actually here. Add 1 or 2 drops of milk into it. Fill the portion of the vessel above the water with smoke. Close the vessel using an OHP glass sheet. Allow the light from a laser torch to pass through the water as shown above. Here OHP full form is overhead projector. Means we need to cover this apparatus with overhead projector glass sheet, means which is transparent, where we can see what's happening inside. Now let us see some questions based on this given passage. Here the question is that question number 57, you see, state true or false, the light ray below the water undergo deviation at the surface of the water. So here it is true, because here there are different medias are there. Whenever the light travels from one media to other medium, definitely it will get deviation. So option A is the right answer. Now 58th question, what happens to the path of the light? Path of the light does not deviate. No, it will deviate. Path of the light parallel to the base? No, not at all. Path of the light undergoes deviation. Yes, it is true. Path of the light perpendicular to the base. Here is the base. Path of the light, it won't be perpendicular, right? And it won't be parallel also. So path of the light undergoes deviation. So here option C is the right answer. Now we see question number 59. Where does the deviation of a ray take place? At the point on the surface where the OHP sheet placed? No. At the point on the surface where the media gets separated? Yes. Where both the media get separated, there it takes the deviation. So here 59th one, option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 60. Why does the ray of light undergo deviation here? Because here let us see the options. The difference in speed of light rays in different media, this is true. The speed of light rays in the same media, means the speed of light rays is same in this different media, means here the point once again we see the speed of the light rays in same media. Here whenever the media is same, then it doesn't undergo deviation. It undergoes deviation in the sense the difference in speed of light rays. So the light rays, they have the different speeds in the different media. That is the reason either their speed may be increased when it moves from denser to rarer, or it will decrease when it moves from rarer to denser. So when the media is different, the speed is also different. That is why here the deviation takes place. So option A is the right answer. Now let us see question number 61. That is, does the light pass through all media at the same speed? No. Here the media is different, that's why it will maintain the different speeds. So here it is given as same speed, that is no. So option B is the right answer here. Now we see passage 4, that is Noor, a young student, was trying to demonstrate some properties of light in her science project work. She kept X inside the box. We do not know what is X, as shown in the given figure, and with the help of a laser pointer made light rays pass through the holes on one side of the box. See here, she is sending the light rays from these holes. She had a small butter paper screen to see the spots of light being cast as they emerged. Where they come out, she puts here a butter paper where she can see the emergent rays. So here now the question is that what could be the X that she placed inside the box to make the rays behave as shown. Here you observe, if you join ray 1 to ray 1, it is not straight, means here it is a kind of like bending it is there. So it is a kind of bending. Same bending is there for this ray 2 also. It happens, this kind of refraction happens when we keep a glass block inside, means glass slab. So from the options you see, a parallel sided glass block, nothing but a glass slab is kept. So here the object X can be a glass slab, means option B is the right answer. Now we see question number 63. She measured the angles of incidence for both the rays on the left side of the box to be 48.6 degrees. She knew the refractive index of the material X inside the box was 1.5. What will be the approximate value of angle of refraction? Use the value Sine 48.6 degrees is approximately equal to 0.75. Now here let us solve the problem here. This is solution of 63rd one. Given value is angle of incidence, that is angle I. Angle I is given as 48.6 degrees. Right. Now the question is that angle R is to be found. Now we know that refractive index N equal to sin I by sin R. Let us substitute the values. Refractive index is also given as 1.5. So this is 1.5 equal to sin of 48.6 degrees, that is given the value here 0.75 divided by sin R. So let us do the cross multiplication. Sin R comes here is equal to, let us have 1.5 here. So 0.75 by 1.5. Here after point 2 digits are there, so let us do into 100 by 100. So here I am continuing here. 0.75 into 100 is 75 by 1.5 into 100 is 150. So this is 75 1 jar, 75 2 jar. So here if you observe, sin R is 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 is nothing but sin 30 degrees. Clear? When we compare, angle R is 30 degrees. So angle of refraction is 30 degrees. Let us see the option you see here. Option C, 30 degrees is the final answer. So this is option C. Now we see question number 64. Her friend noted the following observations from this demonstration. Glass is optically rarer than air. No, glass is denser whereas air is rarer if we compare these two. So this given statement is false. Air and glass allow light to pass through them with the same velocity. Here when the media are different, speed also or velocity also different. Here these two are different, velocity can't be same. So this is also false. Air is optically rarer than glass. See here, air is rarer, glass is denser. So this is rarer, this is denser. So this is true. Next, speed of light through a denser medium is faster than that of the rarer medium. This is false. Speed of the light through denser medium is lesser, because here actually here there should be a word lesser. It is given as faster, because here denser medium whose refractive index is more, in which speed will be less. So here this statement is false. Now let us see last statement, that is fifth one. The ratio of sin of angle of incidence in the first medium to the sin of the angle of refraction in the second medium gives the refractive index of the second material with respect to the first one. This is true. This is also called Snell's law. So here option 5 is also true. Therefore here if you see the options, 3 and 5 are correct. So option D is the right answer. Here is the third one is correct and then fifth one is correct. Now we see question number 65. If the object inside the box was made of a material with refractive index less than 1.5, actually here in this experiment we have taken that rectangular glass slab. It is made up of glass, actually whose refractive index is 1.5. Glass refractive index is 1.5. If it is reduced, means less than, then definitely lateral shift also will be reduced. So here lateral shift of the rays would have been less. So option A is the right answer. When here refractive index is more, then lateral shift also will be more. If refractive index is less, then lateral shift also will be less. Let us see the remaining options. Lateral shift of the rays would have been more. This is false. Lateral shift of the rays would remain the same as before. This is also false. There is not enough information to comment on any of the above statements. No, this is also false. This is the, here we have the adequate data. So that is sufficient. Here clearly when the refractive index is less than 1.5, definitely lateral shift also will be lesser than the actual one. So here option A is the right answer. Now we see passage 5. Take a shallow vessel with an opaque wall such as a mug, a tin or pan. Place a coin at the bottom of the vessel. move away from the vessel until you cannot see the coin. See figure 1b. Stand there. Ask your friend to fill the vessel with water. When the vessel is filled with water, the coin comes back into view. See here. In the first case, coin is visible. When you move little bit far away from that, then here coin is not visible. Here we should do a small change in the diagram. So here like this, opaque walls, that means where you cannot see the coin. Okay, you are at the edge. Now again you are asking your friend to fill the container with water, so that again the coin is visible. That means here you see the coin appears to be raised here. That is the important point you should observe here. So now based on this, let us answer some of the questions. In that question number 66, you are able to see the coin when the vessel is filled with the water due to. So it is just due to. Here you observe carefully. Here its position, it appears to be raised. That is the meaning that here refraction has taken place. So here from options, let us see. It is due to refraction. Option A is the correct answer. Now we see question number 67. You know that the ray of light originated from the coin, means from inside, doesn't reach your eye when the vessel is empty. Means here we are not able to see in figure 1b. Hence you couldn't see the coin. Okay. But the coin becomes visible to you after the vessel is filled with water. It is possible because the light ray travels from water to air to reach the eye. Water to air means it is, water is here denser and air is the rarer in comparing these two. Now here why it is visible? The reason here it is asking that by bending away from the normal to the interface. So here let us see, when it moves from denser to rarer, definitely the refracted ray, it moves away from the normal. So here from the options, first one is right option. When light travels from denser to rarer, it moves away from the normal. Second one, by bending towards the normal. No, it will happen when it moves from rarer to denser. So it is from denser to rarer now. So away from the normal is the correct. Along the straight line path. No, here it happens when both the media are the same. So traveling in a curved path, this is also wrong. So from the options, option A is the right answer. Now we see question number 68. That is, the ray reached your eye at a third instance due to, because here it is after filling the water, it is visible. Now the answers you see, filling the vessel with water. This is not only the exact reason. Scientifically the reason is that water will act as refracting medium. So this is true. So here water will make everything immersed in it apparent? No. If it does so, then definitely in figure B also it can be seen, right? Means here it requires some certain distance is to be maintained. So even though just pouring by water, this coin is not visible. Here we maintain the particular distance, that too the refracted ray should reach our eye. So these many conditions are to be satisfied. So just by filling the water or simply water, it won't make everything immersed, okay, in it apparent. So this is also wrong. Water will act as refracting medium, that is correct. None of these also wrong. Now let us see question number 69. The reason for this bending of a ray at later instance could be, light ray is preferring to travel along the path of the least time from the coin to the eye. Yes, always light travels it selects the least path. That is also called Fermat principle. Light ray trying to obey Fermat's principle, of course these two are the same. This path is chosen by the light ray so as to minimize time of travel between the coin and the eye. If you observe carefully, this is also true. All the 3 points, okay, all the given 3 A, B, C, they are true and they are none other than the Fermat's principle. So all of them they follow Fermat's principle. Even this bending of light ray also follows the same. So here option D, all the above is the right answer. Now we see question number 70, and of course this is the last question from the worksheet. From this activity, when light travels from one medium to another medium, it is evident that light will bend at this interface. This is true. Either it moves towards the normal or it moves away from the normal, especially from rarer to denser towards the normal and denser to rarer away from the normal. So bending will be there. Light will change its speed at the interface. That is true. If it is moving from rarer to denser, speed of the light decreases, and denser to rarer, speed of the light increases. Light ray will prefer to travel always along the path of least time. Yes, this is nothing but it follows Fermat's principle. So this is also true. All the above. So all the options are true. So option D is the right answer for this question. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe our channel. And please do not forget to press the bell button so that you will get the notifications from our channel. Thank you very much.